Welcome everyone to Pack and Play with Edge of Eternities, Magical Gathering. Tonight I'll be taking the box of cards collected from episodes 1 to 30 and attempting to make a deck out of them, which I will test. For now I will not be adding any cards from Edge of Eternities or any other that I've unpacked from other packets that I've bought or used. I will only be making a deck out of what I've gotten out of the box here. So first I will do as I do with every other deck that I've built. I will sort them first to mana color and then mana cost, and I will attempt to make a deck out of that. Then I will attempt to play it at the location of Lone Oak Productions, and then I will use that play experience to attempt to further hone the deck and make something better out of it. So let's get going. Okay, these were the two most valuable cards that I pulled. I might use them, might not. If I don't use them, then I will either collect them, put them in my special folder that I put all my prize cards in, or I will just sell them. So far they seem evenly spaced with amount, but the mana cost is going to determine whether one overtakes the other or not. At most I will be making a 2 or 3 color deck depending on legendary creatures that I get. So let's continue. Two-thirds in, and we seem to have an even amount of each suit. If I do make a multicolored deck, it is going to depend largely on the legendary creatures that I've pulled. Okay, so as things stand so far, the packs seem to be pretty equal in number of the swamp, mountain, plains, island and forest. First I will check the multicolored cards, these multicolored ones, for what legendary creatures they are, to see if that will make a commander deck anything viable. But it will also depend on what cards I get in these. It will most likely be a standard deck where I will be forced to use whatever I have to put a decent deck, or at least half decent deck, together. Edge of Eternities has pulled some very nice strong cards, so we'll see how things go. Another thing I will have to do outside of the series is to get some basic lands, because like with Swamp, I only got 6 basic lands and I will obviously need more. So with the exception of basic lands, I will only be using what was pulled in the decks. Okay, in the combination of Swamp and Other, there are no legendary creatures. In Mountain and one other, we have Tanuk, Memorial Ensign, and we have Sami, Ship's Engineer. Oh, come on, focus. Focus. With the cards starting with Plains and Other, we have Sir Vondam the Lucent, come on, and we have another copy of Sir Vondam the Lucent, and we have Sir Vondam Sunstar Exemplar, and I don't think Legendary Artifact can be used as a commander. And with Ireland and other colors, we have Alfaraya, Dreaming Acolyte. We have another copy of that card. Menon Uthos Exile, the one that I bungled the pronunciation on in that episode, if I remember correctly. And that is it for blue and other. For green and other, we have Halia Ascendant Cadet, and Dihedrine Synthesis Amalgam. Those would be the candidates for commanders. So next I will sort each suit according to mana cost to see what we have to play with. First up with black. Okay, for black there's a very high dominance with 3 mana cost. There's some with 4, a few with 5, and one with 6 mana cost. A fair promising number of 2 mana cost, And in 1 mana cost we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, 3 hole carvers, and 1 Monoist Sentry. So it's not too bad, but not too good. And in artifact equipments, we have Hilda Blade, 2 copies of that, and 1 copy of Embrace Oblivion, a sorcery. Now for red, Mountain. Okay, as for red, the cost of 5 and up is, there aren't many cards, a fair amount of 5, the most being 3 mana cost, plenty of 2 mana cost, and for 1 mana cost we have 2 copies of Slagdraw Scrapper that can be used as 1 cost creatures. We have an artifact creature, Caveron Harrier, and we have, for sorceries, we have 2 Plasma Bolts and 2 instants of Full Bore. So judging just by 1 mana cost, red is not looking like too much of an option. So we might have to make a standard deck out of all the cards. Now for white. Okay, white is looking pretty promising. Scrap that. White only has 3 1-cost mana creatures, 2 copies of Starport Security, and 1 of Lightstall Inquisitor. So maybe depending on the 2-cost creatures, we might include white. Now for blue. Okay, let's have a look at blue. Three. Oh dear. In blue we only have 3 copies of Ilvoy Graveblade, as 1-cost mana creatures. So we might end up with black and blue so far. Let's have a look at green. Could be black and green, which is quite a nice combination. Personally, my favorite is mono black or black and red. I know there are names for the different types, but yeah, we'll see what we get now. Okay, green looks a lot healthier. Let's see how many creatures we got. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 1-cost creatures. We have 2 copies of Gene Pollinator, 1 of Hemosimic Mite, and 1 of Edge Rover. So yes, green does look like a good option. Black looks like a good option, so it might be black and green. So unfortunately there weren't any copies of black and green legendary creatures in the decks, so we might be sitting with a standard deck of black and green. This video has gone on a little bit longer than I intended, so what I will do is see what I can build out of what we got, and I will make another video to continue the build. Thank you for joining and watching since the beginning if you've been watching. If you've just joined, you can see a playlist on the Edge of Eternities Pack and Play on my YouTube under videos and playlists, and you can watch the whole series if you would like to. Please feel to like and subscribe and share the video. And before I go, I'd like to give another thank you and shout out to Lone Rogue Productions in George of Western Cape, South Africa, for always supplying me with the greatest Magic Gathering goodies, as well as Pokemon and other games, where you can also play Yu-Gi-Oh! And Warhammer 40k on location at Lone Rogue. And you can also get some other nice anime merch, excellent cheap food. The food itself is great quality, just the price is cheap. And yes, I suppose that is it for tonight. I will attempt to build a deck off camera, and I will make the next episode where I show you what I've selected to pull. The first honing will be using the extra cards that I'm not going to include in the initial draft of the deck, and if need be I will attempt to use other cards from Edge of Eternities out of the box as little as possible, and I'll be using basic lands to complete the initial draft of the deck. Thank you for joining, and goodbye.